That one doesn't have the children. That will go to the
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lisa Mutata. It's very nice seeing all of you here. I think we'll wait 5 more minutes and give other people some time to join, and then we'll begin. Okay, I think the rest can join us as we proceed. So like I said, my name is Lisa Matata. I am the digital strategist here at Impact Africa. It's very nice to see all of you here. First, I think we'll start with introductions. I'd like you to introduce yourself, tell us where you work, and maybe tell us something about why you're interested in this program. So we'll start with El Santo. And feel free to open your cameras and introduce yourself.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon to all of you. My name is Lemaron Kanto. I'm currently undertaking my PhD in sustainability at Northwest University in South Africa. But also for a long time, I've been a practitioner in areas of corporate social responsibility and sustainability. My main objective of joining this fellowship will be to be able to network, but much more important, to be able to build my skills in the areas of sustainability, so that then I can then be able to learn more, not only from Impact Africa, but also from the other fellows. Thank you.
Thank you, Lemaron. We'll move on to Dorcas Fifame. And in the interest of time, we can just do this quickly. Tell us your name, your organization.
Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. I'm Dr. Sifame Dasi from Benin. I'm Beninese. I have a master's degree in statistics econometry, and I'm currently enrolled in a master's degree in humanitarian project management and sustainable development with training certification in project and program. I'm actually at University Benin, United Nations Population Fund on Nusura Women, women empowerment and demographic dividend project. I'm very happy to. I have several years of professional experience in achievement the sustainable development goals on projects promoting gender and equality, education for all in various organizations. I'm very happy to take part of this meeting. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dorcas. George Atta, then Juliana.
My name is George Atta. I work with an NGO here in Ghana called Institute for Sustainable Energy and Environmental Solutions. We are mostly working the renewable energy in a sustainability manner. We are currently implementing sustainable agroecological practices projects where we are engaging a lot of smallholder farmers on how they can use use more of organic components for their farming than the inorganic aspect. I hope, as I'm joining this fellowship program, I hope to learn from like-minded individuals, build, extend my network, and possibly, form so I can build a better and more sustainable future for the income generation.
Thank you, George. Eliud, then Juliana.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Hi, Eliud, we can hear you.
Oh, great. I stepped out just because of internet. Maybe you can brief me what's going on.
Okay, we're introducing ourselves. You can tell us your name, your organization, and maybe your interest in sustainability.
Oh, great. My name is Eliudi Mgenji. I'm a Tanzanian. I've been interacting with the SOA organization, which deals with mentoring to youth and organizations which are dealing with protection of our coast. And I'm also someone who has been learning a lot about sustainability. I've been learning more in terms of social, economic, environmental. So for me to join this fellowship, I want at least to understand and see how practically we can integrate these three aspects. Because it's something which is not easy, but I'm sure by joining this fellowship, I can be able to see how practically we can bring together environmental aspects, economic aspects, and social aspects so that sustainability can happen without affecting any of the three mentioned items. So that's my motivation. Thanks.
Thank you, Eliud. Juliana, you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you. My name is Juliana Wanjiru from Kenya. I work in a women's bank in Kenya, that is Kenya Women Microfinance Bank. And what we do, we support entrepreneurs with working capital to grow their businesses. So I hope by joining the fellowship, I'll be able to sharpen my skills in ESG and sustainability, as well as learn from peers. Thank you.
Thank you, Juliana. Lilian.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lilian Wanjiro. I am a scientist by training, and I am currently, I have several years of experience in the fertilizer industry, and I just started a position as the lead in the Fertilizer Association of Kenya, where the main goal is to drive, I would say, industry best practices towards sustainable fertilizer use, integrated soil fertility management, and soil health. What I'm looking forward to is to expound my scope on sustainability issues, build network, and improve on my leadership skills and influence on promoting sustainable production systems. And I'm looking forward to the experience that I can gain from this interaction and this fellowship. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lilian. I will move on to Kimboa Richard.
Hello. Well, just joined. Had trouble with the connection, but I hope you can hear me.
Oh, we can hear you.
Okay, so my guess is that we are introducing myself, and is it expectation that I have to provide?
Yes.
Okay, so Kimbo Richards, my name. I've already worked with the civil society in Uganda here, but also in Kenya and Tanzania, especially in the Lake Victoria region, but also in Tanzania, where our work has mainly been on climate change, natural resources, and water resources as well. So I've worked at different levels as working at implementing projects on the ground, but also at national level, where we have also been influencing government on different issues, as I've mentioned, but also at the regional level where we worked with the East African community, very specifically the Lake Victoria Basin Commission, to influence the LEVEMP 2 project that was a couple of years ago. After that, I've worked on the climate change projects, mainly climate adaptation, securing a proper focus in terms of adaptation, but also for mitigation. Right now, I'm supporting as advisors for a project in West Nile, where one organization together with another one, they're implementing a project in the host community, refugee host communities in West Nile. But this is basically to secure that there's a challenge of resources. So the focus is on how to secure climate resilience in these communities, both for the host but also for the refugee communities, but as well as securing that they have enough energy, they have enough food, and so on and so forth. So we do it at different levels in terms of practical actions, but also in terms of influencing the local governments to provide for this space so that things can, work better in the future rather than waiting until crisis comes in. Briefly, that is what I'm very sorry I joined a bit late because of connection.
Okay, no problem, Richard. We move on to Oluwatosin Ajide.
Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me. My name is Oluwatosin Ajide. I work with Nigeria Climate Innovation Center, where we help climate innovations businesses to scale their businesses. And I really hope to expand my network and build on my existing knowledge on the sustainability space. Thank you.
Thank you, Oluwatosin. Temugo, John. Then Valentine.
Thank you very much. My name is Temugo John Basmalakani. I'm in Botswana, and I'm working for the government under the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development under the local authority of Ramotswa District Council, where I'm currently working as an urban planner. I've been working for government for about 16 years now, and the main purpose is development planning, space shaping, and creation of places as an urban planner. And the issues of sustainability and sustainable development is the core, because whatever I do, I make sure the area and places that I create and shape will be sustainable to cater for the future development, current and future development. And me joining this fellowship, my expectation and intention is to grow my level of understanding of sustainability and development, how they intertwine, and how much I can use the knowledge to facilitate and advocate for sustainable development within the local government, both at local level, international level, and maybe go international. But most importantly is how I can use sustainability issues to shape lives of my community, especially at a lower level of development. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Valentine?
Thank you, Elisa. Good afternoon, everyone. Valentine Cheriot is my name. I am in Kenya, and I work for Safaricom, where I'm the lead for climate and environmental management. I drive a number of initiatives such as climate action, biodiversity, circularity, and environmental compliance. I'm happy to be part and parcel of this team because I know for sure I'll be able to network and more so learn what each and every one of us is doing in the space of sustainable development or sustainability. Thank you, and back to you, Lisa.
Thank you, Valentine. We'll move on to Vincent, then Wangu, and then we'll close with Zengeni.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vincent Omole, the group head of sustainability at Auto Express, currently operating in Kenya, Tanzania, Zambia, Uganda, and Rwanda. I'm happy to be here to network with everyone on sustainability matters. Thank you.
Thank you, Vincent. Wangu?
Yes, thank you for the platform, Lisa. My name is Wangu. Good afternoon, everyone. I am in Botswana. I work for a company called Organic Fertilizer Manufacturers Botswana. So what we specialize in is the manufacturing of organic fertilizer, as the name suggests. So we have a circular business model here where we use cattle manure and chicken manure, take it through a composting process, and then we blend it with different substances to produce granules in fertilizer form. So apart from my roles at Organic Fertilizer, I am also an active sustainability practitioner with the local University of Botswana, where I have a student club which tries to educate youth on circular economy issues as well as sustainability. My main goal as a fellow in this program is to network and learn from fellow participants and also broaden my scope in terms of what other countries are doing in the ESG space. Thank you.
Thank you, Wangu. Zengeni.
Hi, everyone. My name is Zengeni Simuchambu. I work for the German Development Corporation in Zambia, and my role there is to support civil society organizations as they implement different initiatives, mainly around the justice and governance sector. And so my interest in this fellowship is that I think I would like to, one, broaden my scope in terms of how sustainability can be applied to the different initiatives that I advise on, but then also contribute in terms of my lessons learned around sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you, Zangeni. I think we have not heard from Barnes. Barnes, are you around?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, colleagues. I am Barnes Kombalebi from Sierra Leone. As I may have said at some point, that I am part of several efforts that are gearing towards making contribution towards sustainable development of Sierra Leone, starting with my community, my country. Presently, I am part of an initiative called Land for Life, and our goal is to foster good land governance that is people-centered, that looks at the laws, making them better, but also holding investment accountable. And personally, I have a desire to initiate several interventions in the food sector, in the water sector, in energy sector, and so on. My desire is that my participation in this training will help me learn from others get stories from others, how things are done, but also at the end of the day, build partnership and be able to contribute through a broader network with other Pan-Africanists who are desiring to do the same thing in their own respective countries. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Barnes. I think there's also Olutayo. I'm not sure if is it Olutayo? Okay. I'm also here with other members of our team. We have Isaac Mukua and Dr. Edward Mungai. I'm going to give this chance to Isaac Mukua to introduce himself.
Good afternoon, team. My name is Isaac Mukua from Impact Africa. I'm a sustainability analyst at Impact Africa, and I'm happy to be joining you in this fellowship and this journey, hoping to impact and to impact sustainability knowledge to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Isaac. I'll give this chance to Dr. Edward Mungai to take us through the remaining part of the session. Karibu, Daktari.
Thank you so much, Lisa, and good afternoon, good morning, everybody. I mean, it gives me a lot of joy to see all of you here. This has been a journey. It's a journey that, started by us asking, those who would be interested in the fellowship. And eventually we got more than 300 applications. Out of those 300 applications, we narrowed it down, as you can see, to about 40 fellows. It gives me a lot of joy again to be part of this endeavor. It has been my desire to make change in the continent of Africa. Unfortunately, that change cannot be done by one person. And that's why, as part of the innovation from Impact Africa, we came up with the idea, what about if we bring people, like-minded people from different corners of the continent, to champion the message of making our people better. And that's why then we established this whole conversation around a cohort or a fellowship, which we do hope is something that will continue. This is the inaugural one. And I can tell you, I've been dreaming about this for more than 24 months. Finally, it's taken place. And you are very fortunate to be part of that first cohort. So I'm really looking forward, not only about sharing knowledge. I know we know our stuff. It's more about networking. It's about more partnerships. It's more about seeing how together we can make our continent a better place. I'm trying to look for my presentation. I have a small presentation that I think would be very useful for me to, just showcase and probably at one point come up with the details of what is it that this fellowship is aimed at, and also how the structure of it. So if you bear with me for a second, I try to put it up. Hopefully I can be able to do that. So I do hope you can you see my, I hope you can, Lisa, you can confirm if you can see my slides.
Yes, you can see your screen.
Yeah, so again, friends, it's really to say that this is quite, an endeavor, and I do hope that we will be able to together, be able to succeed in what we are doing. As I said, this is an initiative of Impact Africa, and Impact Africa is a Pan-African consulting firm which really works around areas of sustainability, areas of sustainable development, areas of training, really geared towards
as I said, making our world better, and more so, making our continent better. That's our commitment. It is our vision as an organization to be the top leader in sustainability and climate action when it comes to the continent. So again, as you'll be able to see, and I show you in a short while, that we've been fortunate. We've been working in about 19 countries, and we want to spread this gospel of sustainability across all the 54 countries within the continent of Africa. Remember, it's about shaping the future, through sustainable development and transforming businesses and organizations, especially when it comes to their environmental, social, governance, and including human rights performance, so that then we can be able to take them to the next level. This is our dedication. This is our offer to the continent of Africa, to co-create this fellowship where people can be able to be in a room, despite the fact that it's a virtual room, to be able to share, and to tell what is working and what is not working, to partner, and to be able to create more impact, to get knowledge, and obviously to share opportunities that there might be within the continent. This is a little bit of what we are. As I said, we have 14 countries. We've been fortunate. We have added another 5 countries now, which makes it 19 countries. We have been involved more than 50 trainings across the continent, managed more than 70 projects, more than 60 clients across the African continent, have developed sustainability strategies, have made people to become GRI certified, more than, now we are counting 100. This should have been updated. But really is to tell you that we, as Impact Africa, and as our name clearly stated, we want to impact Africa. And we believe that impacting Africa cannot be a journey of only ourselves, but we need to carry along other people within that journey. And that's why, first and foremost, we are here, as a cohort where we can sit, we can brainstorm, we can be able to see what are the things that we need to do for our communities. I like, some of the expectations that I had from, some of the people saying it's about my community, it's about my country, and how can I be able to make a difference? Because indeed, friends, it's about making that difference. Remember, it's about our legacy. It's about who will cry when we die. Remember, I remind people that when we were born, we all cried because of, we needed to cry, but then the people around us, they rejoiced. But that time when it will come, and it will be our time to go, would we reverse the roles? And we reverse the roles by, those around us crying, and we who are dying rejoice, mainly because of the difference that we have made to our continent, mainly because of the difference that we have made to livelihoods, mainly because of the difference that we will have done to make our world a better place. And sometimes we fault ourselves that, we don't have big jobs, we have small jobs, and you clearly see, we have people from government, from civil society, from private sector, from academia. Everybody is represented here because we truly, truly believe that all of us jointly, we can be able to make that difference. You will be able to learn something from Botswana. You'll be able to learn something from Sierra Leone. You'll be able to get something from Egypt. You'll be able to get something from Tanzania, not to mention Kenya. And those things are things that we'll be able to put within our works, may it be our daily work, or may it be the future that we are looking into, and hence making the difference. When I say about us impacting the continent of Africa as Impact Africa, we obviously offer 4 services. It's about sustainability advisory services, the typical kind of stuff, the typical kind of consulting, helping materiality assessment, helping sustainability reports, helping with sustainability strategy and gap analysis, and working with organizations across the continent, to help them figure out how can they be able to make a difference. And truly, it is making a difference, and at the same time making tons and tons of money. Because yes, you might think it's philanthropy, but it's about embedding it within the organization, so that organization can be able to be sustainable, but at the same time, they can be able to cause a lot of difference to the people. It's about impact assessment and reporting, may it be about carbon assessment, may it be about impact assessment, may it be gender analysis, human rights analysis, and audit. All those are things. Again, and why do we do this? Because we believe that by doing this, we give recommendations, we show people where the gaps are, and by addressing those gaps, the beneficiaries of the whole equation becomes our people.
It's about enterprise support services. This is truly crafted for SMEs because we believe SMEs sometimes they can't afford sustainability, and sometimes they argue that sustainability is for big, rich, and old companies, but we truly believe that there is an option for them. Again, there is a possibility that we help them to be able to navigate their sustainability journeys, and of course, capacity building. And happily, this is one of, and I don't want to call it a training, I want to call it, kind of our CSI as Impact Africa, corporate social investments, where we're investing in you so that you can help to make the transformation all of us want for the continent of Africa. In a nutshell, those are the services that we provide within our organization. I don't want to get into the details about our training, but our flagship really to say is that we are one of the certified companies in the continent of Africa, again, in the same spirit of passing the gospel of sustainability to train on what is called Global Reporting Initiative Certification training, where people are able to use the GRI training, and hopefully then they can be able to push and measure the impacts that they are making within their organization. Of course, we do offer mentorship and coaching, especially for those who want to transition. And I guess this is also part of that journey. Again, some of us want to transition even to positions where you can have even more impact. And a little bit of my story, because I think it will be very useful. And I know that I didn't introduce myself. Probably is the best time to introduce myself. As you heard, my name is Dr. Edward Mungai. I'm a Kenyan, having been educated, my first degree in Kenya, my second degree in Copenhagen in Denmark, which was an MBA, felt that I needed to come back home, and I went to Strathmore Business School for my PhD, and my PhD is again on environment and sustainability, and together with organizational strategy, and therefore then the basis of provision of strategies for organization. Previously, I've worked for KPMG in Eastern Africa, in audit, in the beginning, audit for financial services, transition to corporate finance and transaction services as a consultant, left that after being bored by telling people what they should do with their money, but unfortunately, most of the time they didn't do it, decided that I should have the money, went into Copenhagen and was working for Danish international investment funds, supporting Latin America, Africa, and Asia when it comes to investment of the fund. Subsequently, I had somebody from Nigeria, CIC, Nigeria Climate Innovation Center. I was the founder and the CEO of Kenya Climate Innovation Center, which was the first one, to be made out of the 8 that the World Bank was establishing. Did about 10 years there, helping businesses to appreciate that they can make a difference by looking at climate change as an opportunity and not always as a threat, moving from about $4.5 million to about 80, 90 million US dollars within 10 years. And after that, then I felt, I needed to do something for the continent. And this is it. This is about Impact Africa. You are part of this Impacting Africa, as the first cohort. And needed for us is to make that difference. So in a nutshell, that's about me. As I said, I'm Kenyan. I'm based mostly in Kenya. Although as Impact Africa, we have an office in Zambia, which is serving the Southern African market. We have an office in Nairobi, which is East African market. And hopefully soon we'll have one in the West and hopefully one in the North in the coming days where we can be able to support. As I said, we have ICL Sustainability Hub, which is about supporting SMEs. And also I have something that I've been running since 2016, and you can't believe how small things start and they become big. And that's the encouragement that I'm encouraging each one of you in this fellowship, that sometimes we dream of small ideas. Africa Sustainability Matters was my baby. And I can tell you, I started with probably about 100 people in a mailing list in 2016, July. Today, we are counting more than 57,000 people who are receiving this newsletter every Friday at 2 p.m. Kenyan time, sensitizing them and for free, telling them where the opportunities are. What is the new trends coming around the sustainable development area? And again, it's just here to show, and this is some of the initiatives that I want us to establish. This is what can make the difference to the continent. Those small bits, that thought that you have had, you can imagine how I struggled, to send the first email to my 100 people. And the moment I sent that and I became consistent and I've done it until now, the transformation that it have made. And these are the small steps that this fellowship is called for. This is the difference that we are going to make. So again, there will be a lot of inspirations, there will be a lot of encouragement as we go through this journey, to enable us to be able to make that difference that we make. I have put, just a little bit picture there of my colleagues who you'll be interacting with in this cohort, and again, really working with young people, average age of about 27, again, is about that transformation that you're making and giving them opportunity. This is the future generations when it comes, to sustainability matters. Again, within your countries, I had somebody who's working with university students to encourage them about circularity, to encourage them about sustainability. My friend, you do not know what you are doing because you start with the 5 students. Before you know it, you have 100. Before you know it, is a whole movement. And that is how we make a difference. Again, this is things that will inspire us around this journey. But really to say that these are some of the people that you'll be interacting with as part of this journey, and we'll be able to share these slides. People have trusted us. This is some of the people across the continent, some of the companies, some of the NGOs, some of the multinationals, some of the multilateral organizations that have trusted us through this journey. Again, it's a thought, and that thought is backed up with action, and that action brings results. This is the motto of this fellowship, that it is about the small steps we are taking. We celebrate. Again, when we started this in a couple of years ago, we didn't know that we would have this kind of clients, but here we are and working with them, to support and to be able to move it to the next level. Now, let's talk a little bit about the fellowship and what is expected of us. As I said, it's about inspiration. It's about making a difference. It's about making our world a better place, starting with the African continent. This can be done by Africans and for Africans. That's why we have gone out our way. We have co-created, we have selected you amongst those 300 people because we do know there's something that you're doing, something that can be able to propel and multiply the impact that we want, as the people of Africa for our continent. In a nutshell, that's what it is. It's about sharing knowledge. It's about connecting, and that sharing of knowledge. Sometimes I'll come on the screen and I'll be able to teach. Sometimes by the way, I should have said I teach at Strathmore Business School, teaching sustainability, teaching climate change, teaching business model for the bottom of the pyramid, and teaching strategy. Again, I'll come back and I'll be able to teach, but also I'll have, co-created people that will come and speak to us and inspire us through this journey. So again, it's not just about listening, it's also you sharing your stories. Already now, listening to you for those 30 minutes that we spoke, I could hear the vibrancy and the interest, that is there, and the different things that people are doing, maybe in food systems, maybe in the private sector, maybe about soil health, maybe about, a civil society. All those are interesting things that will be able to make a difference. The benefit, as you know, is about that there's recognition. And we want to be recognized as, one of the African top sustainability practitioners. For sure, we need to do that, and we have invested. We will be able to issue, some badges. Hopefully, those badges will do wonders. But just to mark you on your LinkedIn and to mark you, as that Africa top sustainability practitioner, we will be able, obviously, as I say, to help you access some specialized resources and tools, either from our end or where we bring other people, to share their experiences and to share some of the tools that they've got. Networking with fellow practitioners and experts, this is the beautiful one. It's about partnerships. It's about how can we work together? How can we be able to partner and develop things together? How I wish that, somebody from West, South, East, and North can come together and they co-create, something that will be there for many years and to support the livelihoods within the continent. Of course, we are supporting the livelihood, and our sustainability is important. So at the end of the day, it must be able to make business sense. It must be able to make sustainability sense as we do those things. It's about increased visibility and media exposure for sustainability. Again, we will try, all of us, and when we combine all of us to be able to champion visibility through the social medias and all that, it gives us traction as a movement. Really, what we are building here is a movement. And how can we be able to propel this movement to the next level? It's about also opportunity for collaboration with diverse stakeholders and people, and of course, there's a capacity building and knowledge sharing, expectations and experiences that we talked about as part of this journey. How are we structured? Sorry, how are we structured? I'm almost getting to an end. How are we structured? Yes, we have more than 40 successful participants. We have 5 modular courses that we'll be able to present, and we are going to send, after this, we are going to send you a quick questionnaire because we need to determine when is the best time for us to be able to have this, which is the best day. And please get back to us with that questionnaire. There will be a couple of questions that we'll be asking, but we have 5 modular courses probably to be delivered every second week, and then it will be about 1.5 hours where we'll have guests, where we'll have people, where we'll be able to interact. It's also about recognition of the best, trainees. It's also about, yes, and we will be able to recognize again people that will come up with best, best projects, best, people who will be able to make a big difference. The next cohort will be starting in November, so we'll be done by this around October, where we'll have our graduation date as 1st of October 2024, and we will all be able to celebrate and even have capstone, projects that then after October, we are going to build those. And then the cohort is starting now. Today was the kickoff meeting. Once you fill the questionnaire, we will be able to revert back to you. I think we should even go ahead and have a WhatsApp group where we can be able to share, inspirations, ideas, and all that. And we call it a livelihood, journey, and a partnership that will be able, to participate all through. Remember, at the end of the day, we do not have the monopoly of ideas. At the end, we also expect you to help us to figure out how we can even make it better. So please see this as part of yourselves, as part of this journey, and you being part of it, and therefore then we can be able to make a difference. I want to rest my case there and hopefully be able to answer a few questions, because I can see time is also not on us. We don't have a lot of time to go, and hopefully then we can be able to share, and hopefully then we can put you on the WhatsApp group. We can send the form, and then we can get kickstarting on this journey. Thank you so much, and looking forward for any questions. Please, if you have any clarification, comments, raise your hand or open your mic and say it. It's an open floor. Remember, we are all co-creating this together.
I have a question. I know most of this will be online, but I was wondering whether there's going to be an opportunity to at least once or meet physically. I can see we are all from different parts. I don't know how possible that is, but that's just a question I have.
Lydian, that's a big ask, and hopefully we can get the traction where somebody can say, I will offer to sponsor all of us to come to Nairobi or to go to Botswana, Gaborone for a couple of days, and that would be fun, right? And I can tell you, this is my ambition. This is what exactly that I'm trying to do, to figure out if we can be able to get funding from wherever, so that we can be able to put this together. But unfortunately, that haven't come through. So, and until that comes through, I think we remain as virtual animals, at least for now. And I hope you understand, Lydian. But also, let me put it this way.
Yes,
let
I
me
do.
put it this way. Yeah,
Yes.
let me also add this. That we in this, if I happen, I'm in another fellowship called Eisenhower Fellowship. And if I happen to go to Gaborone, for instance, I'll check on the WhatsApp group, or I send a message into the in the platform and ask who else is in Gaborone. And I will be able to connect with fellows, and we can have a conversation. So again, that's something that is encouraged. If any one of you, for instance, is coming to Nairobi, please feel free to reach out to us and reach to the Kenyan fellows. If you are going to Uganda, let's do the same. If you are going to Botswana, let's do the same. If you are going to Ghana, Nigeria, let's do the same. Thank you. Zageni, go on.
Just wanted to ask if there'll be any form of certification, and if there are any requirements for that.
Yes, and I talked about that we have worked with Credre, and we have badges, we have certificates, we have certification that we'll be able to provide along the way, which will obviously be very helpful. So yes, the answer is yes. And I can move on to Cheriot.
Thank you, Daktari, for the elaborate presentation. Maybe I can start with the last question that was asked by somebody. if I get into the question that I wanted to ask you. Somebody asked about certification, and you said you have done some organization around that. So I just wanted to know the kind of the certification that will be issued to the candidates, whether it is renewal every year or it's just one-off, because other institutions normally requires candidates or practitioners to practice sustainability, and with that they earn some points at the end of the year, and with that they will be able to get their certificate renewed. Beside that, you mentioned that we are going to have about 5 modular courses, and I was just wondering what would be covered under the 5 courses, and if you don't mind, could you kindly take us through what the 5 modular courses will be? Thank you. Back to you, Dr. Ali.
Thanks, Valentine. And to be very honest with you, yes, I have co-created the curriculum. The only challenge that I'm facing, and one of the things that, I said we'll be sending out a questionnaire, we'll be sending out just a simple form because I want input from you. In terms also, remember, we don't want to take monopoly of ideas. We want to co-create with you. But I can tell you some of the things that we'll be covering. We'll talk about materiality, assessments. We'll talk about reporting and putting a report together, maybe an impact report. But the point is that I didn't want to share those 5 modulars so that I don't influence you. That questionnaire is also to help us to co-create and to make that better. And therefore, then all of us participate as part of the co-creation of the, of the curriculum. So that's the only reason why I didn't want to share that. Secondly, the discussion about the certification is a lifetime certification you get. And obviously, we as Impact Africa will have what we call CDPs, and CDPs really to update members of the cohort. And not only this cohort, remember into the future, we'll have other cohort that will be able to bring together and co-create, CDP hours that then members can be able, of the latest, what is going on when it comes to sustainability, what are the new trends, and we'll be able to have, an hour, 2 hours sharing about that. Yeah. All right, Barnes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Doc, for the good facilitation. I can see the spirit. I can already feel that you are passionate about this and your team have been doing well. I just want to be too ambitious and to also ask how much networking has been done at that top level there. I mean, it could be networking with some regional and continental structures. For instance, the AU has some units that are focusing on these kinds of initiatives, and also whether Impact Africa is intending or already in affiliation with any learning institution, so that such certificates that are very important can also be more meaningful when they are kind of recognized by such learning institutions. Otherwise, maybe the question will also be such certificate, whether they have any accreditation within Kenya or any regional institution, so that we can also be already optimistic about the kind of value that we're adding to ourselves, especially when you get these certificates. But most importantly, it's after such training, it should lead to my ambition. As I say, I want to be over ambitious. It should lead to kind of strong networking that should lead to meaningful collaboration on front of business, on front of further learning, on front of capacity correlation, so that we don't just come together and learn and leave, so that we use this learning, this opportunity of coming together to build something sustainable. Because if we are here for a sustainable fellowship, it should lead to something in the future. Are there any side plans to build something out of this? You are getting together 40 capable Africans from different countries across the continent. It's an opportunity that you can make use of this to build something. I mean, it can lead to anything, but I'm just looking forward to any kind of seed that can grow out of this networking. Thank you very much.
Yeah, indeed, Barnes, thanks for the sentiments there. And I can tell you that, as part of the journey, we have engaged with various people. Unfortunately, nothing have come through in terms of, exactly what is it that we, the support that you can be able to get. We've been working, with a couple of organizations. As I said, Credri is one of the people that you're working for accreditation, but I totally agree. Maybe even with the issue of about certificate and all that, I think what is powerful about this group is about the connections, is about the things that we can be able to do into the future together, for our continent and making this sustainable. And I think that's my dream. And I do hope that the 40 of us here, we are the first cohort. We will obviously be involved in co-creation. And I want to keep on repeating this, friends, that yes, this must have been initiated by Impact Africa, but it doesn't mean that Impact Africa have them, the monopoly of it. It is us, to be able to go through it and to be able to see how this then we can be able to make it much better. So again, we are conscious of that fact, and that's why we send this questionnaire. Please, once the questionnaire is sent, please give us the details. We'll also be asking for your WhatsApp numbers, so that then you can we can send you an invite to join our WhatsApp group, and hopefully this will be able to make a difference. Unfortunately, friends, I have a hard stop now. And I do hope that 1 hour was very useful, to give the details of what it is that we want to do. We will send the questionnaire, and we'll be able, as I say, to set up a WhatsApp group where we'll put most of our communication. And I look forward to seeing you into the WhatsApp group and into the first sessions where we'll be able to be talking about this. So thank you very much. And I do hope that we have a fantastic afternoon, and I'm looking forward to engaging, and may God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.